Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. And I guess I am going to talk a bit more to
we have
people.
that psychotic Wookiee with us?
Kreia thinks he will prove useful, and I believe her.
Alright, but this won't end well. Trust me.
Yeah, probably. Well, the Handmaiden lost her temper with me.
There's a surprise. Trust me, she's a handful. All warriors are. They're not used to dealing with things they can't punch, kick, or break. Look, I know how it is. Me, there's no denying that I'm a good-looking guy. You have it worse. Because even though you might not be as good-looking as me, you have that whole tortured past, that command presence. Women want to save you. They think they can help you.
What are we talking about?
They think that everyone can be redeemed, and that they're the only ones who can do it. And you don't know if it's you or the idea of you that they love.
Well, sounds too much like mercy to me.
It's possible they don't love you at all. That they just want to help you. Help you hear yourself if you've gone deaf to your own voice. We all lose our way sometimes. And we need someone to pull us back.
Whatever. Did anyone ever do that for you?
Don't remember. Truth is, I still don't listen to my conscience, even when it's shouting. I think there's times I'd rather be completely deaf than hear it. But all this talk doesn't matter. I'm not qualified to give advice.
Yeah. But questions. I met someone on Nar Shaddaa who says he knows you.
Yeah, that's a surprise. Did he say I owed him credits too?
He says you're not Atton at all. That you showed up on Nar Shaddaa during the Jedi Civil War.
I'm as Atton will ever be. And whoever your trusted informant is, he's right. I did show up on Nar Shaddaa during the Jedi Civil War, along with a lot of other refugees.
And is there anything you want to tell me?
Because you're asking about it. If I wanted to tell you anything, I would have come and told you. Anything else?
Well, I think I have a right to know about your past.
Is this an interrogation? If so, you're terrible at it. Especially for an ex-Jedi. Or whatever you are. Why don't you just crawl in my head and try to dig out whatever you're looking for rather than asking about it?
Well, maybe I will if I won't.
You know what?
If you won't
I
tell
helped
me.
you get off Dragus. If I hadn't been there, you wouldn't have even gotten off the administration level. I'm trying to help you. I don't know why I'm bothering.
So why are you trying to protect me?
I don't know. I'm not sure I understand it half the time.
Well, I want to know where you were before you arrived on Nar Shaddaa.
You know what? Not once have I asked you about the Mandalorian Wars. Not once. I heard about Duxon. Everyone has. I heard about Serico, and I sure as hell know about Malachor 5. What makes you think you've got the right to interrogate me on anything? You've got plenty of lives to answer for. All you Jedi do.
My power gives me the
How
right.
did you even live with yourself after Malachor? Is that why you went back to the Jedi Council? Hoping they'd kill you?
It wasn't like that.
Wasn't it? Maybe you thought they'd forgive you. Sure, you might have thought they'd execute you. But Jedi don't kill, do they? At least not their prisoners. Maybe you were counting on it when you went back in chains. So you got off easy. You were exiled, brushed under the cargo ramp. Another dirty little Jedi secret. I'll tell you, all those Jedi at Malachor, they deserved it. Every last one of them.
He seems to have something against Jedi. Yes, you weren't there. You have no idea what happened.
Shows how much you know. Maybe you're wrong about a lot of other things too.
Well, if you wish to die, keep
Go
talking.
ahead and try. I might be a little more than you can handle, but I expect that kind of arrogance from a Jedi. Whatever, just leave me alone. I don't know why I'm wasting my time with you anyway.
Well, I don't know either. But still, I'd like to know about your past, especially if we're traveling together.
Yeah, well, maybe it's better that way.
Whatever. I don't think my influence with him can go any lower. Hey, T3. Yeah, when I was captured by Goto, how were you able to find Goto's yacht? So you snuck into Voga's droid warehouse to steal the code? Man, it's a long story. So, who was transmitting the code? The droids. Interesting. Okay. That'll do fine.
Statement. Master, I must say it is a pleasure to be working side by side with you.
And why is that?
Statement. Just when I believe my photoreceptors have recorded the last potential aspect of your cruelty to my memory core, you commit a new atrocity that leaves me analyzing its impact for days. You are like a delightful random cruelty generator, Master, poisoning all you touch with your presence. You are a testament to all organic meatbags everywhere.
Well, stick with me. You'll pick up a few things.
I have already learned a great deal, Master, and I am anxious to learn more of lying, betrayal, and new ways to harm innocence.
Sounds good.
Statement.
Well, it's not an interrogation. I just want to ask you some questions.
Very well, Master. But if you wish to be brutal and vicious about it, know that I am trained for such things. Do your worst.
Yeah, I will ask questions without torturing you.
Statement. Master, I am no behavior droid, but it is obvious to me that you have serious ethical problems that will need to be treated at some point. Very well. Ask your questions. If you feel the need to make it an interrogation, however, do not restrain yourself. I would be saddened if you held back.
Who was your previous master?
Master, ironically enough, I seem to have developed a sudden bout of memory loss. I shall struggle to recall an answer to your question, but for now, it is sadly beyond my capabilities. Consolation. Besides, you are a fine master. Do not be worried about being rendered insignificant if I were to inadvertently compare to some silly old master I once possessed.
Aha, okay. How did you get scattered all over the galaxy?
Theory. Well, Master, I believe I was shot repeatedly. Once reduced to my component parts, I suspect pieces of me were sold across the galaxy. Statement. I am an extremely valuable piece of equipment after all, Master. My parts were no doubt costly to obtain, and their new owners hesitant to part with them.
It was something of a pain,
I would
yes.
be most distressed if you were to shoot me, attack me, or dismember me in any way. I do not wish to repeat the experience.
Okay, that can be arranged. Do you know anything about the Sith hunting us?
No, Master, I do not. I am afraid I have been out of touch with the Sith for many years. This new Sith threat fights differently than the ones I was familiar with. These seem to favor stealth and assassination to achieve their ends.
Any idea where they might be striking from?
No, Master. The Sith had many hidden bases and strongholds before and during the Jedi Civil War, and I doubt the Republic found them all. Theory. It is possible that the Sith still hold one such base, if not several. Consolation. But I would not worry, Master. I imagine it will not be long before their murderous hands try to seize you by the throat.
Yeah, probably.
Metaphor.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Master, excuse me, but how is it you know so many languages?
I picked up a sonic imprint sensor on Paragus. It doubles as a translator.
May I see it?
Sure.
Observation. This is indeed familiar. some modifications, of course. Curious. You say you obtained this device on Paragus.
Yeah, shortly before the planet was destroyed.
Master, I do believe this device serves multiple functions, including tracking your position for any HK units in the vicinity.
So what should we do with it?
Observation? Master, I do believe this device serves multiple functions, including tracking your...
Yeah, you already told that.
Query. Is there...
No, I just have some questions. Like... Yeah, for a sophisticated assassin droid, you don't seem as advanced as you should be.
Master, you wound me. Not physically, but in my behavior core. It is true that I once possessed many more protocols and upgrades, but time and damage has taken its toll. And I am afraid that I have a rather long history of memory problems, which has also compromised my effectiveness as well. Still, you will find me a valuable asset, Master, willing and able to terminate anything you point me towards.
Good. Very good. No. No other questions. Let's see, Mandalore. Oh, never mind. I don't really feel like talking to him.
Yes. Have you?
Yes, I want you to teach me more about the Force.
Very well. What is it that drives you?
Yeah, that listen thing. I wish to continue that.
Sit with me. You have brushed the surface thoughts of another. It is a start. Calm yourself. This time, silence your own thoughts. Keep them still. Imagine the waters of the room of 1,000 fountains, each stream suddenly falling silent and still. Imagine the ice of Telos, cold and smooth, as it gathers upon the plateau. Now, stretch out. Feel the ship around you. Strip away the metal, and see the souls and minds of those that fill its corridors, with more thoughts and dreams and worries that can fill the space of this ship.
As my feet walk from the ashes of Qatar, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death, and...
If I up the Tabana gas levels in the carbine, that would be enough to punch a hole even in triple Durasteel. And we'll need weapons like that if the Republic discovers the camp on Duxon.
Well, he's already making plans.
Was the second. Strike. Repeat. Circle one's opponent. Repeat. Faster. Quicker. If Father had been faster. If only Father had been faster. If I was faster, I would no longer be the last of my sisters. But does Atris love him? Jedi do not love. Does Atris hate him? Jedi do not hate. This journey is harder than any she has set me on.
Switch the face of the +1 -1 card. The totals are 9 and 10. Switch the face of the +2 -2 card. The total is 8, 11. Switch.
Your command echoes still, General, and I obey, as I did at Malachor.
as my feet walk from the ashes of Qatar,
Switch the face of the +1
I shall
-1
not
card.
fear.
This is weird.
9, 10.
For in fear
Switch the face of the +2
Your command echoes
card.
still,
The
General,
total is 8,
and I
11.
obey,
Switch.
as I did at Malachor.
Not now. Focus on my voice.
Malachor.
Now do you hear me? Truly hear me?
I personally don't hear the
Taken the
difference.
first steps on a much longer road, exile.
How about the droids in
The
Hanhar?
droids cannot be read in such a way, nor the beast. He has little thoughts to speak of. As for the alien who served with you in the war, its thoughts are more difficult, requiring many translations in meaning. Often it is better to read their impulses and images than their spoken thoughts. That is why he is deaf to you. I have found his impulses are cold, like a dead weight. His thoughts are black.
Well, I did hear something from him.
Indeed. It is strange that I did not.
Well, maybe it's because I know him better. I served with him.
Perhaps. I would not put much weight on such things.
And there was also something wrong with Atton's thoughts.
There was. It is because Atton was not playing Pazak, yet he counts cards in his head. At times, he will list off engine sequencers, memorize the hyperspace routes on the other side of the galaxy, count the ticking in the power couplings, even though they are fixed. At other times, he will imagine certain base lusts, certain indignities. It may be Atton is far cleverer than he feigns to be. Or perhaps he is simply a fool.
That's also possible. Well, perhaps, maybe I will go see him and see how his Pazak game is coming. Should I visit him? Oh yeah, I have that thing following me.
Something up?
Playing Pazak in your head again?
Passes the time. It's better than listing off engine sequencers, memorizing hyperspace routes, or counting ticks in the power couplings.
Well, that doesn't answer my question.
Why do I play Pazak? Alright, I'll show you.
If it's a friendly game, sure.
Good match. Now, what are you thinking about right now? I was trying to compute the totals to 20. Right. And that's why I play Pazak in my head. Because if you don't, you've left the door open, and anyone could walk right in.
You play Pazak to shield your thoughts.
Ah, I play Pazak in my head. But while I'm doing that, it's a lot harder for someone to walk in.
Is that something you can train me to do?
No, I can only teach you to play...
Fine.
Alright, if you're ever fighting someone who has the power over your mind, whether light or dark, play Pazak. Start listing hyperspace routes, recite engine sequencers, and when they try to use their powers on you, suddenly it's not as easy as they thought. Jedi do it all the time. And when they walk in the dark places of your mind, they'll use it to hold you by the throat.
Permanent +1 to your willpower saves. Useful. I should do more of this this Force stuff, but let's first talk to the other people in here. How are you doing?
For yours. I will answer.
Does she have more answers this time?
It is not a subject which.
Right.
I've heard tales of Malachor. It is said that many of my people